Hello and welcome back to Nortricity. The hello was kind of really loud. Sorry about that. So, when you end up playing on the side and you're just trying to like farm a couple of things and you don't think things are going to go wrong or the unexpected happens, you didn't record. Yeah, so that happened. Actually, it happened a couple of different modes. So, real quick, let me show you this. I redid this because the way I had it, it was only 3 high, and it was going to put a layer right here, and it was going to put a layer on the bottom. And it was just way too much. So what I ended up doing, I backed it up a little bit and went ahead and hollowed it out a little bit more, kind of closed off this room where it's not as big. I had these fenced-in areas around the sides that the golems were getting stuck in, villagers were getting stuck in. I had some cats that were getting stuck in. It was becoming just too cluttered. So I took out the fences and I took out the nest and everything, and just to make it look a little bit better. And right now, condensed it down. These are the only chickens I have going at the moment, and I've stopped messing around with the chickens for just a little while. And I also cleared out the whole village. Now I took all the villagers, all the golems, and everything, and put them in pendiums from Ender.io, as well as when I ran out of those, I had the magic lassos that I made a ton of, and used up a lot of my XP. My son got on, helped me clear out majority of the town. I just kind of like gave him access to just, well, he just played my character to go ahead and just chop down buildings, and he seemed to love it. He found a bunny he named www. So what else has changed? And I took the buildings I didn't like, went ahead and destroyed those. I've got new ideas of what I want to go ahead and do to the village to kind of change it up a little bit. I'm not going to mess around with, being in the mountains or anything. I think I'm going to turn this village into this kind of super big in the middle and then underground, just like a huge cavern of stuff. Now that being said, whenever you use the 4-leaf clover, because you can see my inventory is kind of sparse now. Whenever you use the 4-leaf clover, make sure that you don't have, I think it's at, I can't remember what the name of that mod is. Cork, maybe? Cork? There's a wand in here. I was messing around with it. I had it in my inventory. It's not cork. Is it cork? Anyways, I don't know which one it was. I've got it in here. That one right there. I think it's that one. So you charge and launch lightning orbs. Well, I was messing around with it, and I think that's the one I had on me. And I was down here, where I had all my inventory and all this stuff. And I was using a 4-leaf clover. Well, 4-leaf clover ends up, whenever you use it, it gives you random items. So I was popping out random items inside the base and everything. And next thing you know, he pops out, because it also has a chance to pop out a creeper. And I accidentally hit him with the orb, or electrified the creeper, basically. After I had popped out 2 of them. So they exploded and destroyed my whole setup and destroyed a lot of my supplies. Because like the first one blew up and it destroyed some of the boxes. Because I had a lot of chests. I didn't have all these golden or these diamond chests. It was just like normal chests down here on this side. And when the first one destroyed it, it popped the chest open, of course, and then the second one destroyed a lot of items. So I lost a lot of the stuff I had. So there is that. And then the next thing, before that ended up happening, I was in the nether and I was using the wand and teleporting around because I was playing around with the blink. Well, I blinked onto a ledge that I didn't really get on. Like, basically I blinked and then the ledge wasn't where I could stand on it, and I fell straight into lava. I couldn't blink out. I couldn't teleport out. I couldn't get out of the area, so I lost my stuff. Now, you know, Tinker's, a lot of Tinker's tools will survive, but the thing is, I kept sinking into the lava, and so I lost all that stuff. So my Tinker sword that I had made, I'm using this Dreadful Titan from Random Loot Mod, which I've got to change the configs. Random Loot Mod right now drops from everything, and it's such a high possibility. It's kind of like the loot bags. I've got to decrease that. I might add the loot bags later on, but decrease the drop rate because I don't want to go ahead and have like a ton of them. So I'm essentially going ahead and starting over as far as all these items go. The one thing I don't have, I've only got one backpack right now, so we're going to go ahead and get my backpacks back up as far as what we're going to end up having. And that's going to end up being, let's see, we're going to need a furnace. And see, like right now, I took all of the, from the workshop, I took it all and put most of the stuff into here after trying to figure out what I still had and what I didn't have and everything. What got destroyed, what didn't get destroyed. So there is that. But I got a cool idea I think that will be nice to focus on because real life stuff. My surgery is, today is the 23rd, Wednesday. My surgery is Monday, the 28th. So I imagine I won't be doing much for the first couple of days, but that's going to put me 3 months that I'll be out of work. 2 of those months that I'll end up just not be, basically I won't be doing anything because I can't drive. So there is that. So I think, oops. What in the world? Shit. It wasn't going through. I think it's, okay. So that's going to be a little pain in the butt. I don't know if I still have all the resources I need to go ahead and make all the stuff. But we're going to see. Let's see. Backpack. The first backpack, going to have the major backpack. We're going to go to this one. Going to make these hardened leathers. So let's, I know I have, oh, iron nuggets. Maybe. I keep on clicking the wrong thing. So I know I'm going to end up having a lot of downtime, be stuck in my house, not be able to go to anywhere, basically. So I'm going to be recording if my surgery goes good, and if I end up can physically, you know, sit in a chair for an extended amount of time. The idea is that I'm going to go ahead and record a lot. And if I can afford, because right now I can't afford it. Right now my funds are, this surgery is going to cost an arm and a leg and basically my firstborn, because last time the surgery was, I mean, it cost a lot. I mean, I've already paid for an MRI, another MRI, that anesthesia, what? Okay, the stuff that knocks you out. I can't even say the word. I paid for that, which, oh gosh, that was not a cheap ordeal. What am I missing? Stone. See, I'm still trying to find out all the stuff that ended up getting destroyed. I just gotta cook some cobble. Why did I exit out? So I'm kind of a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. it is surgery, and you know, it is nerve-wracking at times. Because I'm thinking, how am I going to handle this financially? How am I going to end up doing this? But I'm hoping that, you know, staying focused on the whole YouTubing, maybe shelling out getting a streaming. Maybe that will keep me on track and keep me where I'm not going completely insane. I do have, what is it called? I'm trying to think of multiple things at once, and also trying to get everything done before it's time. So much is going ahead and going in my head. Nesting allows nesting backpacks in the backpack to be up. Wait, allows nesting backpacks in the backpack with this upgrade. Okay, so that's what we need on first. Jeez. Luckily, I still have most of my diamonds didn't get destroyed. That's the wrong backpack. I need this backpack. Push that. Okay, so that's... This is kind of... The Void's Smart Backpacks is kind of like the Iron Backpacks, but Iron Backpacks hasn't been updated in a while. Speaking of updates, the Dark Roleplay... Medieval Dark Roleplay or something like that. The one that ends up having all the cool furniture and everything at Medieval? Not medical. Medieval? So you can see where my head is. Dark Roleplay Medieval. Okay. This has a new update, and apparently I ended up using I'm like 5 updates behind, and I'm kind of hesitant on updating it because sometimes, you know, when you update something, it just crashes your whole world and you lose everything. I had that happen soon after recording the first episode. The whole world got destroyed when I updated it to... I'm talking with my hands too. That's I don't know why. But because I ended up doing it, I lost the world, and that's the reason why I'm kind of hesitant to update now. But I can always just save it. But there's 5 updates I'm far behind, and that might end up giving me the crafted recipe for these and make the one at this the simple chest might actually make those be able to work. So I might try to do that too while I'm down. And I thought about setting up a Patreon. Actually, I do have a Patreon set up, but it's nothing on it. And I'm thinking about going ahead and looking into that and fixing that up too. Not saying anybody's going to donate, but set it up in case. I do record just to go ahead and relax and everything, but I always thought it'd be cool to actually get at least a following that goes, if that makes any sense. I enjoy going ahead and meeting people through YouTubing. It's so much to get a different perspective, like, okay, I'm doing something here, and then somebody responds, and I'm like Neros was really good about that, and he'll go ahead and tell me something. I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, that's right. Why didn't I go ahead and do that? That's so cool. I like it. I enjoy it. What was I talking about the Void? Void backpacks. Let's get these going. It's kind of like Iron backpacks, basically, but Iron backpacks hasn't been updated in a while, where you can add on all the different abilities, and that's kind of what we need at the moment. So we have we got this nesting upgrade. This is going to be my main backpack. Filter items for some grades. I don't think we need anything else really. Auto collect. Don't need that. Provides a huge amount of FE storage. Now I did have the FE storage in one of them, and I had the pulverize upgrade in it, and it worked kinda, but not always, if that makes any sense. Max amount of FE. I had the Sterling generator one in there. It was using coal. Now you can go ahead and set up all this stuff, but I don't think I'm going to need too much. This is going to be the main one. Poser upgrading spell to upgrade to use instead of fuel. No. Void. Now this one might be a good one. Mending. We use the experience of the holder to repair items inside the backpack. Now, for right now, it might be an idea to go ahead and make a backpack just for that. We'll push backpack contacts. No, we don't need that. We'll fill. No, we don't need that. I'll make it. That's the next one we need to end up making. Of course, I'm going to need this. Let's make a couple of these. Oh, I don't have any of those. What was it? It was an iron, weighted iron pressure plate. So let's make it a couple of those so we don't have to worry about those. And I know I'm bouncing around in all my talking about stuff. Do I have 2 gold apples? Yes, but I don't have any. I don't have 2 beets in here. Are you kidding me? Or 1 beet? I don't have a beetroot. How do I not have a beetroot? Oh, I lost my Ender book too. Yeah, so all the stuff I had extra, and then the explosion is kind of like I basically got set back to normal, or starting out. I can't believe I ain't got a beetroot. I think there's a village, not a village, but one of the merchants. I just noticed. I overlooked it before, but I think it's over outside somewhere. We might go see if there's a beetroot. Because it's got food and everything in it. Get through. This way, maybe? It seems so odd having the nothing in here. I put the dirt right there because I'm marking the center. My idea was to build like 3 big buildings right here in the middle of the city and have it where it's connected on the second layer, maybe. That way I can do Astral Sorcery right there in the middle. There it is. It's over there. But in case you're wondering, that's the reason why some of the outside looks different, is because of the fact that when I did upgrade one of the worlds... Oh man, I can't even get up there. Jeez, are you kidding me? I took all the ladders down and I thought it had a staircase going up in the middle, but it doesn't. It just has a tunnel going through the side. And the reason why I took the staircase down is because villagers were going ahead and finding their way out, basically. And I had to go ahead and do this for right now. That's the reason why the outside of it looks a little bit different than before, is because when I restarted it, I hadn't explored too much of it. So it kind of spawned in some different things. Hey, Tiger, how's it going? Now, I did go ahead and get some new baubles. I made the Ring of Magnetism. And I got 1 loot chest, which this one gives me resistance 2 and jump 1. So that's all I have at the moment. And of course, since I lost all the stuff on my guy originally, I don't have all the RPG inventory. Now, that guy's livestock. This whole village part right here, I'll probably get rid of these guys. He doesn't have a beetroot for sale. We'll have to wait on the hunger. I haven't found a village yet. I'm hoping there's a beetroot up here. Nope. Nope. I bet there's not. Boop. Nope. Nope. Just need 1 beetroot. That's all I need. I want that hunger bag. Or not hunger bag. I want that bag that feeds me, basically. A bear. That bear's loud. These are all empty. Let's see. Cloth Trader. And this is from Ancient Warfare. That's all this stuff right here. They added this in. I think it's just adding Ancient Warfare by itself. I mean, it gives you different variations. It gives you this one, and then there's 2 or 3 tents. They're a little bit different to where you can fight if needed. Like there's one that's a whole. It's got the wall around it with the wood, and then the whole village is like tents, and so that's like every tent has like 5 to 6 chests in it, which is not bad. There's a dragon. Oh, and the city got attacked by another dragon too. That was another thing that happened. What in the world is that? Why is that out there? I need to find out if... By the way, I'm just running around seeing if I can find any beetroot. Sometimes you have those little... What's the word for it? Crap on a cracker. Little farming sections. So we need the beetroot. I'm trying to think of how many chests or how many backpack slots I'm going to end up having this time. I don't know really. I mean, I end up filling up backpacks pretty fast. So I would like to have, let's get this. We're still collecting all the Tanya. And that's probably what we're going to end up doing next too, is just getting started on some of our little magic parts. But I'm hoping, you know how well my plans have going, I'm hoping that building this and doing it like I want to, and then underneath, I don't know if the villagers will go, if I build an underground portion of the city, will they go down there, or is there something in their coding where it won't allow them to? You know, when you find villagers underneath the ground, sometimes it's just they came down there and they're stuck down there, or they fell down there. Come on, where can I find it? I'm gonna have to just end up waiting on that, I think, because I can't see it. Apparently all my beetroot that I did have just was part of the casualty and got destroyed. I haven't really explored to see what all I'm missing as far as that goes. I don't see any little small farmlands. I think we might have to just go find one later on. I guess I can see if I got seed. That would be beneficial. Oh! And I also had, even though they were saved in like, what are they called? They were saved in the, ouch. The little lassos. I had like 3 tigers and they all got destroyed. I think I got like 2 tigers left. I went and looked, and one is the white one, which thank goodness I didn't lose that one. That was kind of a little bit hard to get. And I've got the regular tiger. So we'll go ahead and get those mounts grown before long. I don't know if there's a use for the pandas other than them just to sit there and be kind of cutish. We got stuff following us around. Let's see. Put some of this stuff up. If we got, see, that's the thing. I've got to change the configs to where it's not dropping as many of these loot bags. Because that's kind of... Wow. Alright, I think we're out of luck. I don't think we're going to find one. Let's go see if we have at least a seed. I should have done that at the beginning. See how many more backpacks we can make. I still love this right here. These gates are good. And see, the bad thing is, it takes to get a little bit of getting used to on these. I mean, they're not too bad. sit there said the bad thing is, and then I complain and say it's not that bad, really. I guess. All right, let's see. We have a beetroot. Beet. Okay, we got a seed. I don't know why I just didn't just do it like that. Only gonna need one. Let's see. A hoe. Not a how, a hoe. I didn't even have a hoe anyways. We'll open these. And I was trying to... that's not bad. Brutal longsword. Each one of these that you end up... Dreadful. It's a broken. Damage 11. See, I've got this shovel out of there. And it's unbreakable. I was like, oh, awesome. So you do get some, but you also get... I mean, like some good, really good ones. Then you get some that are just like, eh. See, my sword right now does 20. It's got a good attack speed. You get some stuff that is explosive. Pokey. And that's, honestly, that's not really too good. We're going to put this right. Oh, let me get some bone meal. Put this stuff in here. Just going ahead and throwing it all in there now. Until I figure out what in the world. 2K. Those chickens are good. I ain't got any water, but I'm hoping that I can bone meal it up before it gets good. Alright, there you go. All that trouble, me running around, and what I end up doing, I just make it. Okay. So at voids. At void. And we want to go for the hunger one. Feeding upgrade. Perfect. Boy. Jeez. I'm having technical difficulties here. First off, we're going to make another bag. Small bag should be good for as far as the food goes. I'm going to make a hopper. And then the food upgrade. Now, as far as the dye, I want to say... Let's see. Do we not have any dye? Let's go with lapis. 2K lapis. I think you just have to put... Yeah, that's a little bit. Kind of a difference. It doesn't really look blue though, does it? It looks... weird color. What about loom? Let's try to make it a magenta, maybe. See how a magenta is better. That's not too bad, I guess. What about... Guess we could do a light color, like maybe yellow. Not focus on too much. Let's go ahead and go back to this. Put this down here. It's gonna be a small bag. See, that's... I mean, it stinks that I lost the stuff, but... Haha! That it feeds me. Hey, I got 2 worms. Sweet. We'll do that later. Worms in there. Okay, and then we just go like this. And we'll put this in here. So that's going to work even though it's in here. And that's good to go. Let's see how many more backpacks we can end up making before... I know that's all that this one was, but hopefully I'm going to work at more hollowing out the underneath, and probably next episode get started on some of these magic mods that I've been putting off. That way we can at least get going. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have to make some more of those. We need to make some more of these right here. Iron nuggets, iron nuggets. And then these. And then I think the color, we're going to use some kind of yellow maybe, or red. The color is just so vague as far as that ends up going. These should be pretty good as far as storage. I don't think I wasn't using any of the big ones last time. I was using these colors. So let's see about color. Think we can use, see here, I got all these, the villagers in these, and then I misunderstood the Pentiums before, which is from Ender.io. Oh, we'll try that right there. Which I'm scrolling down to go ahead and show about it. These right here, I thought it had to end up taking all of the same creature, but it doesn't. You can put whatever creature you end up holding on to or clicking on. So I was under the wrong impression on that. Let's look at this. Take 5 of these. I need to put those dye chickens back into. I guess that'll work. It's kind of a difference, you can kind of tell. 2, 3, 4. And these would be all my little backpacks. Now, we also have the improved backpacks. Of course, it gives the armor, which if we go ahead and open up Bauble slot, we'll put this in, yeah, it's that slot. Oops. So do I need to put any more? That's going to be my storage right there, so that's pretty good. I've got the crafting, I've got the personal storage, which is just this button right here. This didn't drop anything. Of course, I didn't have much in it. I just emptied it all out. So when you end up dying, you end up keeping everything that's in here, which was good. But I didn't have anything in here when I died last time, so it was kind of like, crap. Now you can make Soulbound, I think, with the voids. I think it's got depositing. We'll deposit the contents of the backpack into a clicked inventory. That might not be a bad idea to go ahead and put that on there onto some of the other ones, which is, the recipe's not that much. So we might end up making those later on. You got the Ender chest, which right now we don't have an Ender thing. Experience storage allows you to store XP in the backpack. That's not that bad. Let's go ahead and make another one of these. And we're going to go with the mending upgrade, which of course it takes a mending book. I don't think we have a mending book, but we do have some enchanted books. Not many, but we do have some. Repellent, chance to teleport attackers away. And what color do we want this one? That's the only problem. I'll figure out the colors later. Let's get the rest of our storage like we want it. So we're going to put this. Don't need much in there. And it uses experience in the holder to repair the item. Just in case. I'm going to put this down here on the bottom row. So we got the food one. We got that one. Now we need another for items and tools. This is always, I always try to get as many backpacks as I can. I know it's kind of goofy, but I like having enough storage where if I'm out exploring, I don't run out of room to put stuff. That's just something I've always wanted to, I mean, I always do. I made 2 extra bags. Did you see that? Put that right there. So this would be for storage of tools and gear. Yeah, we're gonna have to dye these a different color. The dye does show up pretty good, so that's not that bad. We'll end up dyeing off camera, so don't worry about it. Expression filter. I think that's all that I end up wanting to do. I've got the other torch one, so that's not really that important. But that's not a bad. If you're mining, this one's not a bad. You just throw all the torches in there. If you don't have like a torch placer that I've ended up getting from Quartz, you can end up putting this lighting upgrade in there, and it helps us not having to worry about it really. Ender chest. I think this is all that we're end up doing. We'll collect items within the photo center, and it will not work with players sneaking. I might want to get this one and put it into those. That way it's picking it up and it's not putting it in my inventory. That might be a good idea to put on the mining one too. So it's automatically going into that. Which, what is the... Oh, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Of course, I have to make some hoppers. Let's make some hoppers. So the plan is, I'm going to work on hollowing out underneath the town. Work on my original design for the building. I don't think I'm going to end up using because I just didn't like it. But I downloaded Schematica. I think Schematica and Prefab to where I can go ahead and maybe use those if I can find one that fits like I want it to. Are you kidding me? You ran out of material again? And I might do that for some of the buildings. One thing that I wanted to do, and after watching those those ants from the tree guys, kind of like Groot, having them walk around and everything, they go ahead. They're just basically like bone meal. Everywhere they end up going is basically bone meal. 1, 2, 3. What are you missing now? Oh. No, you're not missing that. What are you missing? Oh, the hopper. But I would like to have them in the kind of like the underground area, maybe. So I want to make it a decent distance in the height and everything. My idea that's in my head is kind of just an idea. I've got it to where I want to do it this way, and I want to see if I can do it this way. So we'll end up having to go ahead and see. I think it might, it should work. Oh, I didn't put that right. Did I? I put that one in there. See how on voids you right click. You can switch between the bags, push the right click, and then you got the bag, and you go to the upgrade slot, which is just the black slot. This should end up being pretty good. I did it again. There you go. I don't think I did it on this one. Okay, so I think that should end up being good. We're going to look at a couple more things. Let's see. Sack. I want to make a couple of sack of holdings in case I pick up. There is a village sometimes when you find the actual additions and you can't pick up the stuff that's in there. You have to use a sack of holding to pick it up. I don't know why. It's just the way it ends up being. So there's a sack. I can make the traveler sacks from actual additions, but I don't know if I want to. We'll see how much room is in it. And then let's go bag. No, not bag. This one was a pretty cool. Well, not that one. I can't make that one. This one will end up like a certain item. It will go ahead and craft or pick up. What was the pouch? Is it called a pouch? Is that what I'm thinking about? Pouch. Yeah, this one right here. We'll make the big pouch. I don't know what that one is. It's from Roots 2. So let's look at this. I think this is going to end up being all the stuff I needed or want. Kind of give you an idea of some of this stuff. This is... So the Traveler Sack, it's pretty good. Auto insert off. Turn on to make items that get picked up automatically go into the bag. So you got this and you can blacklist all the stuff. or whitelist it, whatever you wanted to pick up. You got the storage sack. Jeez. What is all this stuff on the side? What is that from? Cyclic? That's what that was when I was trying to look up earlier for cork. It's actually Cyclic. Cyclic? Is that how you say it? Cyclic? I don't know what all this stuff is for. White? Ooh, what did I just do? Orange? Oh, it's the dye. Okay. That's kind of cool. Put it blue. I like that. That one wasn't expensive at all. The big pouch. And then this is a big pouch that you can't do nothing with from Roots too. I imagine it's to pick up certain things. So that might be an idea. Instead of like down here having the reinforced backpack for my gear, and then what was this one? Oh, well, I'll keep the repair. I'm just going to dye it. This one, I might end up using like this. The only thing is, you can't open it within there. See, it just picks it up. These, at least, you can go ahead and just right-click it, and you can open it up, and then you right-click the advanced one and go back down. So that is an idea. But that gives me some more storage as far as that goes. But anyways, this episode, I know I was just goofing off with the storage and everything, but I got to get back that. Get back that. That didn't even make any sense. I got to get back to where I had at least some storage since I lost all this stuff. And then I'm going to end up doing the wands again, which I want to go ahead and try to get up a master wand. There is one mod that I added in that allows you to go ahead and get more spells. I guess that's what you would end up saying. Which at Electrblob, I don't know if I've gotten anything, and I don't know if it's actually working. Magical Offense, I don't remember that one. Metamorphosis, I don't remember that one. Pacifism, I don't remember that one. Super Jump, I don't remember that one. Shield. So if it's working, Imbue Weapon, that will... Curse of Soul Binding. That would be interesting. And that would also be really cool. But that's if it's working. I don't know if it is. But anyways. So, sorry that this... exit out. Sorry that this episode is kind of like... seems like we're doing the same stuff over again. But hopefully... And I don't know if I should end up having a building episode. Just because I tear down so many things that I build. Like this stuff right here. But I don't know. I might. But we'll end up seeing. We'll start getting into some magic some more. I know I've said that quite a bit, but we are going to try to, at least. I think we're going to start with maybe blood magic. I haven't messed with blood magic in forever. And I have no clue about Astral Sorcery. I'm kind of a little bit hesitant on that just because I don't know anything about it. But, got to learn. So anyways, until next time, I'm Shakenor, and I shall catch you later.